The 10th hole is a really, really great short par 4.
Brings all kinds of numbers into play.
Lots of decisions to be made there, Frank.
That is really well done.
Over at the short 4, the 10th. Playing his second shot, and he's got an eagle.
Cole, has he got 2 or 3 yards to play with?
2-3 yards max.
That is so good.
Not often you say a layup is aggressive.
In Pacific Palisades on the west side of Los Angeles, California, lies a classic golf course with almost a century of tradition and history. The Riviera Country Club is home of the annual Genesis Invitational, where the PGA Tour's elite players compete each season in one of its designated events.
I think that's the beauty of playing an older style golf course, is that they're built on smaller properties. It's one of the more interesting courses which you can see a lot. You can also hear the roars around the golf course, and that's what makes it pretty fun to play.
From just over 100 yards here, just trying to really control that spin.
Side spin.
One of the best wedge shots we've seen all day today.
That's my home of golf. That's where I learned what professional golf was. That's where I watched all my favorite players. Saw Tiger for the first time there. Would watch all my favorite golfers come through, and that's where I always wanted to play.
You have to be in control. You have to be smart. You know, pars are great scores on a lot of holes out there, and I really, really do love the layout.
Breaks about that much.
Beautiful.
There's no tricks, and there's no water on that golf course, which is rare. You don't see that really on any good, hard golf courses.
To become a champion, players must navigate a short par 4 each day with a complexity that contradicts its distance. It has been called the best short par 4 in the world by golf scholars and historians. In fact, legendary Los Angeles Times Pulitzer Prize-winning sports writer Jim Murray described the hole in the following manner. It's only a little over 300 yards long and looks as drivable as the 405 freeway. Don't go for it. Take your 4-iron and hit it safely and sensibly left. The peninsula green will open up from there. If you try to drive it, you will find the green as narrow as a burlesque runway.
Here we are at the iconic 10th hole at Riviera, one of the great short par 4s in the world. What's different about the 10th hole at Riviera versus some of the other great par 4s we play on the PGA Tour is the fact that there's no water here at the 10th hole at Riviera. It's just kikuyu grass, eucalyptus trees, some sand, and a tiny little green at the end. In fact, I can't think of a time here at Riviera where there's actually been a player take a penalty shot. This hole's more about the strategy, the positioning, and just trying to get the ball in the hole on a very, very small, difficult green.
The tee sits at the bottom of the hill from the majestic clubhouse. From there, the green awaits in sight, tantalizing the player to go for it, despite the treacherous bunkers surrounding the Poana surface ahead. Players select anywhere from driver all the way down to mid-iron for their tee shots, making it a great risk-reward opportunity.
For the most part, you can play it any way you want. I mean, I've seen guys hit 8-iron off the tee, I've seen guys hit driver. For me, it's usually a 3-wood, just right up the front left of the green, and you just figure it out from there.
But I think you should go for it every time, because if you get it up left of the green, at least you have an opportunity to always run it up and kind of play safe, and if you hit a good drive, then you have a really easy pitch from over there.
Well, color me impressed, John.
Very sporty indeed.
From there, the entire green opens up, and you can get to a back pin, you can get to a center pin, and it's a pretty easy putt to a front pin.
When you see the hole location at the 10th hole at Riviera come towards the front of the green, our rules committee likes to use the front of this teeing area at number 10. It certainly makes the hole look like nothing more than a long par 3 to the players, where the length of the hole stretches right around 280 yards, and most guys can easily reach the green with a driver or 3-wood. When the hole location goes back to the corner of the greens, we like to move the tees back further to entice the players to use a little bit more strategy on where they're going to leave their tee shot, the best location to get back to those back pins.
It's one of the most interesting holes. It's getting to the point where it's nearly forcing you to go for it.
If you get too far, you can't get to the left pins. And if you get short right, you got no chance. You almost have to bail out left. So it's all in that tee shot in that hole.
I think you can think about being aggressive there, but for me, I'm trying to make 4 pars, trying to play that whole even par for the tournament.
All right, Keegan Bradley gets, I'm going to say, escapes with the par 4.
You hit a tee shot, you kind of don't know if it's going to be great or okay or terrible, but as long as you're left of the front right bunker, typically you'll make 4.
The 10th hole is home to anything from eagles to quadruple bogeys. Since 2010, the players on tour make birdie or better 25.8% of the time, while they score bogey or worse at an 18.2% clip. The trend to go for the green has risen dramatically over the last 8 years. In 2014, players only attempted to hit the putting surface 42% of the time. In 2022, that percentage more than doubled to 86.3.
But if you hit it 12 yards to the right in that front right bunker, if that pin's in the back, you're going to have to do well to hit the green.
And it's not going to stay. It's going to go all the way down there.
You are kidding me.
The placement of the tee shot is critical. Those lucky enough to reach the green make birdie or better 70% of the time. Players have more success on the left side of the hole, with the right rough an especially difficult ask. Depending on where the drive lands, the player will have to negotiate a well-protected green that slopes to the back of the putting surface.
We're now standing at the second shot area for those players that choose to lay up at Riviera's 10th hole. Only 210 yards to carry the cross bunkers. It's a relatively benign layup area, but what it does for those players that choose to lay up with perhaps a hybrid or a 3-iron, sets up a relatively easy pitch shot straight up this green to hopefully set up a birdie opportunity.
It's a fine strategy, but it's also such a difficult wedge shot that you kind of have to pick your poison.
Just because a player lays up does not mean reaching the green is a foregone conclusion. Since 2013, the 10th hole is the most difficult on the PGA Tour to hit inside 75 yards, with a percentage of just 61.9.
Yeah, I mean, I think the challenge of it is the green complex. They give you options off the tee. You can certainly hit an iron and a wedge, but just the size of the green and the slope of it, you have to be very precise.
As we get closer to Riviera's 10th green, the hole presents other obstacles that'll get in the player's way if they decide to take the green on. As we get closer to the green, numerous bottle brush trees, large palms, and heavy rough guard this whole left side, which can certainly get in a player's way.
Once players finally find the putting surface, the challenge remains. A fast Poana green with dicey slopes presents even more peril.
Oh, no, Frank. Oh, my, what a place
I've never seen a putt do that, though.
I've never. Oh, my goodness.
I'm now standing at the back of Riviera's 10th green. This is one of the narrowest sections of green on the whole PGA Tour. From fringe to fringe is no more than 8 yards across, surrounded by a deep bunker on the right, a deep bunker on the left, and a bunker behind. As I said earlier, there's no water here at the 10th hole at Riviera. However, there's enough going on here that presents the players with a lot of challenges.
I would think the back bunker is a little bit better because you do have a little bit of a hill on the front of the green that would stop your ball from going bunker to bunker.
The bunkers aren't that good. The right bunkers are definitely no-go. If you go in the back left bunker, if you get the right lie, it's doable. If you get the wrong lie, you're going to be in the right bunker pretty soon.
Now you're really busy.
Third shot. Straight downhill. You see it catch the downslope, kicked it forward, took all the spin off it.
As Bill Kratzer would say, this is a one-man tennis match at the moment.
Fourth shot. It's going to run. May not stay on the green either.
Oh boy. We've got serious issues now.
At least that one's going to be on the upslope.
The front of the green is flat, but then as you get towards the middle of that front section, which is more the middle of the green or even the front edge of the right side of the green, it just falls away. So it's really almost like two sections of the green.
The whole location at 10 provides a wide disparity in scoring. Since 2012, the front left of the green surrenders a 235 under par mark. The center location is more modest at 90 under par, while the right side is played to a very difficult 81 over par.
That's the cool part about that hole is you see 5s and you see 2s and 3s.
The green is much smaller in person than it looks on TV even. I mean, there's literally no green there. But it's one of my favorite holes, and Riv is my favorite golf course ever.
On rare occasions, you might be able to find an eagle lurking in the area.
Oh, look at this for a shot. Just about to give it the big build-up. This is impossible.
Yeah. He was posing as soon as it left the blade, wasn't he?
He knew he had to hit a good one.
He's going to have to take something off this.
He tried to. He tried to fillet it in there. Very nice.
Good look for eagle, perhaps, for James Hahn.
You look at right to left in the dictionary, this might be it right here. Watch this thing swing.
Look at this. James Hahn.
Comes the Harding Park slider, Frank.
Oh, I didn't get the bounce. Look at the chip shot. It's got to flirt with the edge of the bunker.
That's a rotten result for the perfect tee shot.
Got to catch this one perfectly, Frank. Got to put some zip on it.
Oh, get out here. Straight down the jar. Nick, you said Harding Park, 16th hole, perfect cut. Made eagle there, makes eagle here.
It's an angry little hole.
Last time Max played, that's perfect. Last time he played, he was up against a tree in that playoff and still ends up winning.
Left it in a really good spot. This one's going to break a ton from right to left. Oh boy, this one's carrying some speed. This one needs to crash.
It might. Into it. There's an eagle. That's how you play the hole, Nick. It's his lucky hole. He got out of here last year.
In 2021, the 10th was the site of one of the great escapes in the history of the tournament.
He's got to shake off that short miss at 18. Does it get the bounce? Oh, right up against the tree by the looks of things.
Absolutely snookered. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Max Homa's walking down that, and he is not aware at this stage how bad a break that was. Trevor, does he have anything?
Well, I think what he can try and do is hood a sand wedge and maybe try and hook it out towards the front of the green, or maybe just right of the green from this angle, and then go from there. But there's no way that he can put any kind of normal golf swing on this. He thinks if he pulls this off, he can pull it onto the edge of the green. What a cool shot.
Oh, that's a heck of a shot there. Tremendous from Homa.
Well, I'm delighted it wasn't dead.
Great contact. You said he's going to try and hood the face.
Look at the club face there. There you go.
What a great shot, too. Looked like he was stone dead there for a while. Turned the toe of the wedge. Came up with a jam. On they go.
Yes, I would not have thought it had come to 14 when I saw that tee shot, Frank. That was an unbelievable little chip shot there for Max Homa.
Homa would go on to win the event in a playoff for his second victory on the PGA Tour.
And he allowed a little more, having seen the putt from Max Homa. But it's Max Homa, the 2021 Genesis Invitational champion, on his favorite course, Riviera.
Whew, sorry. Been watching this tournament my whole life. Why I fell in love with golf. Wow, didn't think I'd be like this. Tiger, another reason I'm into golf. Had good feelings this week. Been playing great. City of Champions, Dodgers, Lakers, me now, so it's a weird feeling. A lot of the emotion came from me blowing the golf tournament on 18 and not buckling, which made me very proud. To win a championship against an amazing field on the first golf course I've ever went to watch golf, it was kind of a fairy tale for me.
In 1992, a local 16-year-old high school sophomore named Tiger Woods was granted a sponsor exemption into the event.
On the tee from Cypress, California, amateur Tiger Woods.
Fairways were lined, greens out there. I couldn't see the pin on number 9. I couldn't pick it out. The crowd was so loud that it was like kind of deafening.
Sounds like you enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun.
Woods now serves as the host of the Genesis Invitational, and his TGR Foundation is the primary beneficiary. The country club and course originally opened in 1926 as the Los Angeles Athletic Club. The golf course architects were George C. Thomas and William P. Bell, and they carved the routing through the Santa Monica Canyon. At just under $250,000 to construct the layout, it was one of the most expensive golf courses in history. The club has an Olympic history as well. During the 1932 Summer Games, the venue served as the host for the dressage equestrian and modern pentathlon events. In the upcoming 2028 Summer Olympics, Riviera will be the site of the golf competition.
the comeback guy doing it again. Ben Hogan holds out with a final round score of 67, and the gallery takes him to its heart. They're rooting for him, and he delivered.
The layout is one of 2 courses that can claim the title of Hogan's Alley. Ben Hogan won 2 LA Opens and the 1948 US Open at Riviera. The movie Follow the Sun, based on Hogan, starring Glenn Ford and Annie Baxter, was filmed on site. Speaking of Hollywood, some of the most famous stars of the entertainment industry have been members of the club, including Dean Martin, Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, Walt Disney, and Humphrey Bogart, who has a tree named for him on the 12th hole.
Well, they call it Bogey's Tree because Humphrey Bogart used to come out and watch this tournament from the base of that tree.
Current members include Adam Sandler and Larry David.
It speaks to golf doesn't always have to go longer. You know, you can make golf really difficult with short, tough holes, and I think that's the perfect example.
The 10th at Riviera, a classic hole at a legendary club.